Hi, we just finished meeting for intonation practice on March 27th, and we started with a request for I am and am I. And if I'm not going to use a contraction and I'm going to say I am, there must be some reason. So I had to think of an example. I am, you're like emphasizing I, like nobody's interested in going, but I am. And Hmm, nobody's going, but I am. Maybe you could do it the opposite. But your tongue goes very high and then it slides down to the ah. So instead of waiting and separating am, I, and then moving your tongue to the ah, keep your tongue sliding and then an invisible Y will happen. I am. Um, nobody's interested in going, but I am. I am. And then the opposite, am I. Am I will connect. So to think of a reason why I would say this, I guess I'm thinking of a tag question. So I'm not I'm not going with you. Am I? If it goes down, then you know the answer. Like I know that's not happening. I'm just asking to confirm. I'm not going with you. Am I? If it goes up, then you don't really know the answer. You're really asking, I don't know. I'm not going with you. Am I? I don't know. And maybe you have no emphasis, like, I'm not going with you, am I? Am I? Am I? So it's still kind of going down, but I had to think of an example of when I would say, am I? And am I? Either way, you're going to connect, am I? Um, Sun had a good example of, so am I. So, oh, I didn't mark the connections. There's actually an invisible W in here. So am I. So am, invisible W, am I. So I should put so am. So am I. Um, you're going to go, right? So am I. So am I. So am I. I didn't realize that is a difficult combination from the z to the v. So you don't have to worry about making a really good z with voicing the whole way. I put this in a weird way. I put a zs because you might start with the voicing for a z, but then it can quickly lose the voicing and sound like an s, and that's okay. I didn't, I'm not going to say didn't. So the tongue goes up to the D, the second D position, did, and make the noise. I didn't realize. We don't have to say realize. You can make it shorter. Realize that. I didn't realize that. So realize that. Realize that. Doesn't it sound like an S? And when I'm making this ZS, instead of the tongue, some people make their S's up behind the top teeth, and some people make it down below the bottom teeth. This is what I do. But when I'm making this combination, my brain, my tongue knows that there's a TH coming up. So now my tongue is further forward behind my top teeth for the ZS. Um, realize it's kind of in the middle, that, because it's getting ready to come out for the TH. Realize that. Realize that. Try to keep the airflow going so you don't block the air, and that would make it sound like a D. Realize that. Da. So realize that. Keep the air going. I didn't realize that. Realize that. Realize that. You do lose some airflow compared to starting with that. That's awesome. There's nothing before the that, so I have the airflow built up, so I have enough to push a lot. That's awesome. But this one, I'm losing airflow with the Z and the S. That realize air's going, and then it needs air, so I have less airflow left, so it doesn't sound as strong. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that. For those who don't know, and we don't have to say this T, for those who, it kind of connects, for those who don't know. You can say don't know, don't forget the T. For those who don't know, we're going to end early today. As time went on, as time went on, as time went on. You don't say this T either. Your tongue goes up to the N position, and it's the same as the T position. So you don't have to say went on. You just skip the T, went on. As time went on, there's something I wanted to discuss with you. The original question was about I wanted to discuss with you, but I needed um, some context of when would I use this. And I thought, oh, I would say there's something I wanted to discuss with you. There's something I wanted to discuss with you. There's something I wanted to. This T changes to a D, and the U changes to because it's not stressed, it's not important. So now we have a lot of D's in a row. Wanted to discuss. Wanted to discuss. There's something I wanted to discuss with you. I know when you're doing it in slow motion, it feels weird and like that's a lot of D's, but in context and conversation, you probably wouldn't notice. Hey, there's something I wanted to discuss with you. There's something I wanted to discuss. Wanted to discuss. So you should feel a lot of that. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing when you called. That's what. Kind of a connection because you would say swat. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. Look at that. You could say this anyway, like, look at that. I don't think I would say at. Look at that, but look at that. Or look at that. I put that. So I had to use the little U that has the wings for look. Look it. Because you're not going to make at a perfect at. It's not important. Look it. Look at that. Look at that. And no T's. Not if I can help it. Not if I can help it. Nodify. This T changes to a D. Nodify. The F connects to the I. And can changes to kin because it's not, well, it's never can. It's always kin. Can help. And the emphasis goes on the verb. Not if I can help it. And when you say help it, hold the L a little longer so that it can be heard. Otherwise, it might sound like hep it. Help it. And hold the T at the end. Not if I can help it, which means I won't let this happen if there's something I can do. Same old, same old. You'll never hear the D. The M will connect to the O. Same old, same old. So it really sounds like ol because old without the D is just ol. Same old, same old. So how was your day? Same old, same old. It couldn't be better. It couldn't. This is the like hook and good. So couldn't. Your tongue's going to go up for the D for could and hold it there and make the n. Couldn't, couldn't, couldn't be better. It couldn't be better. What's at the top of your bucket list? What's at the top of your bucket list? I'm going to say your instead of your, making it a little shorter. What's at the top of your bucket list? What's at the top of your bucket list? What's at the top of your bucket list? What is? This was purposely what is to show this connection. What is? What is the first thing on your list? Thing on your list. What is the first thing on your list? What are? And instead of a good R, what are? You could make water, making the R a little shorter. Water. Um, what are? What are the top two things on? Things on is going to connect your list. What are the top two things on your list? Ways to pronounce. This was actually a title for what's coming down below, but I didn't know that, so I was pronouncing it. Ways to pronounce. Ways to pronounce. And what are you? You have two choices. What are you can sound like whadda or whatcha. And going to can always sound like gonna. So now everything is an except for the oo and the a. What are you gonna do today? This is really good proof that is the most common sound in American English. So if you want to instantly make your English sound more American native speaker like, use as much as possible. What are you gonna do today? What are you gonna do today? You can even say today because the T is between two voiced sounds, so you wouldn't even notice. What are you gonna do today? Today. Whatcha? Whatcha gonna do today? Whatcha gonna do today? Or today. What you gonna do today? What do you? What are ya? Or what do you? I put you here. Why didn't I say what are ya? So what do ya? What do you want to do today? What do you think about that? What do you like? And what did you, past tense, what we can change what did into the contraction would, which you don't hear the T at all. So you can always change you to ya to be more casual. So now we have a D and a Y, would ya, and the D and the Y make a J. So now we have would ya. And I spell it with an UH to represent the sound. So would ya. What'd you want to do today? What'd you think about that? Yeah, that's where we stopped. So, okay, I'll do them again without stopping. I am. I am. Am I? Am I? Am I? So am I. I didn't realize that. For those who don't know, as time went on, there's something I wanted to discuss with you. That's what I was doing. Look at that. Not if I can help it. Same old, same old. It couldn't be better. What's at the top of your bucket list? I didn't have a of. It's okay. What's at the top of, or tapa? What's at the top of your bucket list? What is the first thing on your list? What are the top two things on your list? Ways to pronounce. What are you gonna do today? What you gonna do today? What are ya? What ya? All right, that's it. Thank you. It was so good to see everyone. And if you weren't here, I hope you can join us next time. And thank you all for all the nice comments. It's been so fun to read, and I'm so glad that many people are finding it helpful. So thank you for watching. And if you find it helpful, I hope you tell a friend. Thanks. Have a good day.